His condition is really very serious and is deteriorating every passing day. And the same is causing concern to most of the states within Punjab as well as outside. This is a policy matter. In fact, the MSP and the waiving off of the loans, etc., and pension or electricity, all these the pending demands, which were part of the 2020 farmers' historical movement, when three laws had to be repealed and the movement was suspended. At that time, on 9th of December 2020, the Agriculture Ministry had given a written communication to the SKM that they will look into the issue of legal guarantee for the MSP and other related issues, which they actually betrayed their own promises and never took any positive steps to settle that. But the central government had not only ignored to open a dialogue, but went to the extent of insensitivity, you can say, that they have not shown even a minimum concern towards the life of the Lewal Sahib. Bringing back the three farm laws in a very, very, what can you call the draconian manner, you can say, because three farm laws were brought through, promulgation of the ordinance and
You're saying,
subsequently adopted by the parliament. But
no, but
this
Mr.
draft
Basically,
notification is done by executive order, I am saying.
right.
So
No,
this is even more objectionable and unacceptable.
hello and a warm welcome to HW News Network, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and thought-provoking conversations. Farmers across Punjab have staged a widespread road and rail blockades as part of a statewide bandh paralyzing commuter and freight movements. Now, what has really happened? What are the farmers saying? Farmers want a legal guarantee for the MSP. Then, meanwhile, what has happened is the 70-year-old farmer Jagjit Singh Dallewal's hunger strike has entered its 35th day. Dallewal has refused medical treatment and has vowed to continue his fast until the government agrees to the farmers' demands. Now, earlier what has happened is that Supreme Court directed the Punjab government to persuade Dallewal to end his fast unto death and seek medical care, granting it the option to seek the center's assistance if needed. Now, besides the MSP guarantee, farmers are also demanding a debt waiver. They've asked for a pension, no hike in electricity tariffs, withdrawal of police cases, and justice for the victims of 2021 Lakhimpur Kheri violence. So, where is this farmers' agitation really heading into? Because the situation seems to be in a deadlock, because the center hasn't spoken to the farmers, and Jagjit Singh Dallewal doesn't seem to be in a mood to end his hunger strike at all. Joining me now is Inderjeet Singh, who is the vice president of the All India Kisan Sabha, and he's one of the farmer leaders who's following the current deadlock at the Kanori and the Shambhu border very, very closely. Thank you so much, Inderjeet Singh, for joining. It's
Yes.
wonderful to have you on the program
Thank you.
today. And I really want to know from you that what is the condition of Jagjit Singh Dallewal? Because what I have gathered from the sources who are present there, that he's really not in a condition to move anywhere, though the Supreme Court has told the Punjab government to shift him to the hospital by 31st. 31st tomorrow. So where is the situation really heading to?
So you are right that naturally, because almost 35 days he's observing fast unto death, and his age and the kind of adverse weather conditions that are prevailing these days in North India, his condition is really very serious and is deteriorating every passing day. And the same is causing concern to most of the states within Punjab as well as outside. And it is in this background that the Supreme Court, which has actually taken a suo motu cognizance of the fast and to death and some other issues related to the farmers movement and the important demands associated with that. But the thing is that the Supreme Court has given direction to the Punjab government to go and ensure by tomorrow that Jagjit Singh Daliwalji is shifted to a makeshift better, hospital with giving life support systems be equipped there. So this has to be seen that how the situation is to be tackled. Obviously, the forward leader is refusing to receive any medical aid, but in that condition, the decision makers and that the officers of the Punjab government, how do they implement the directive of the Supreme Court without taking much resorting to a law and order problem or that kind of use of force, which already has actually brought the situation to this point. Had there been a peaceful movement granted to the farmers who were
No, but I want to know from you that what is, I mean, what do you feel about the Supreme Court's approach? They have put the ball in the court of the Punjab and the Haryana government. Then sometimes, they leave it to the central government. But why can't Supreme Court take a call on this? Is it so difficult for the Supreme Court to take a hard decision, as to how Jagjit Singh Daliwal's life can be saved if only the center is ready to talk to him? Is it so difficult? I really want to know from you, what are you really satisfied with the approach which the Supreme Court has taken on this farmers approach?
actually it's not the question of we people being satisfied or not. The question is that which needs to be taken into consideration, that does the Supreme Court has a purview and jurisdiction over the kind of issues that are involved in the farmer struggle. It's good that they have shown a concern for the health condition of the leading farmer leader, but it would have been better that the Supreme Court, which is past few weeks, is seized with the matter. So it would have been better had they issued the similar direction to the central government to engage into a dialogue with the agitating farmers. That would have been better, or it should have directed them.
Gigi, if they have not been if they've not been able to issue any direction to the central government, what does it go to show? That are the courts under pressure? Are the courts not really ready to take a clear stand on the farmers' agitation? What is your feeling?
No, no, but actually, what is some other aspect connected with the Supreme Court's own, deliberations in this particular case go to show that Supreme Court had constituted a committee of experts and agriculture scientists and economists, and although though no farmer leader is on the committee, and the case was not filed. Farmers' agitation, neither Sayut Kisan Morcha or the other farmers' organizations have gone to the Supreme Court. They are not a party to the present dispute in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court had taken a suo motu cognizance of that, and the same committee constituted by the Supreme Court had last month only come out with certain very, very important findings that the Punjab and Haryana farmers in particular and the farmers of entire country are in a very deep crisis and under severe burden of indebtedness. And the main reason for that, according to the committee, whose recommendations have been revealed at public level, also was that the main reason for the indebtedness of the farmers is due to the non-payment of adequate rates for the produce of agriculture in the markets, particularly the MSP. So that was the finding of the committee, but I do not know that all of a sudden the Supreme Court has not gone with that part of its own committee findings, that this should be, either be taken up at a active level or to direct the findings of the committee and give a direction to the Supreme Court. So actually, according to me, uh, mechanically, it was not the case to be, sent to the Punjab government as such. Punjab government on its own is certainly duty bound to see that the life of a fasting leader is saved. That in its own way is important.
I saying Supreme Court has been telling, I mean, 2, 3 hearings we've seen. Supreme Court has been telling the Punjab government to provide medical assistance to Dalliwal. Then last hearing, they said that, 31st is the deadline. You need to shift Dalliwal to a hospital, to which Dalliwal again is not ready. Now, what do you think? And Supreme Court also went to the extent of saying that, what do you want? Should I say it on my own that you need to take some drastic measures like
Yeah,
removing
contempt proceedings they have threatened to initiate against Punjab government.
No, but is
Contempt.
that
pro-
no? Contempt is fine. If you violate the court's order, obviously a contempt notice will be issued. But the point is that could the courts have done more to solve this problem, which has arisen because of the crisis because of Jagdeep Singh Dalliwal?
Yeah, this is a policy matter. In fact, the MSP and the waiving off of the loans, etc., and pension or electricity, all these, the pending demands, which were part of the 2020 farmers' historical movement, when three laws had to be repealed and the movement was suspended. At that time, on 9th of December 2020, the Agriculture Ministry had given a written communication to the SKM that they will look into the issue of legal guarantee for the MSP and other related issues, which they actually betrayed their own promises and never took any positive steps to settle that. So it is the entire thing is concerning the policy of the central government. It is not the state governments who are giving MSP. It is the central government. So it would have been better that Supreme Court had issued a direction to the central government at least to initiate a dialogue with the agitating farmers. If not, suppose announce, at one go, but a dialogue could have been opened up where the things could have been then taken towards the positive side. So all these 3 years, there had been protests all over India by the Swift Kisan Morcha and farmers organizations, but the central government had not only ignored to open a dialogue, but went to the extent of insensitivity, you can say, that they have not shown even a minimum concern towards the life of the Lewal Sahib. This is the position.
Right. No, I understand your concerns completely. But looking at the draft policy which has just come in and it is being talked about, what is your worry looking at that draft policy where I saw Charanjit Singh Channi's statement saying that, the Kisan Samman Nidhi, which is given to the farmers, that should be doubled. Then he's also espoused for a legal guarantee of the MSP. Where do you think this draft is heading into? And the
Yeah,
biggest fear is that the three farm laws which were withdrawn 3 years back, uh, do you see an indication of these farm laws coming back on the forefront through a back door?
according to me, the present stubborn stance of the central government has to be seen in the context of their overall, trajectory of the development they have adopted and the indifference towards the farmers and agriculture sector as such they have adopted, and that has to be seen in the background of the kind of draft now, a national policy framework draft on agriculture marketing has been issued on 25th of November last, and that is a very very pernicious and obnoxious draft that contained most of the provisions which the three agriculture farm laws had been having. And the I mean, the if the markets will not remain, if the markets are abolished, and the entire network of the market committees that had been built up since past near about 100 years, will cease to exist if private marketing is allowed, which the draft is proposing, that there shall be no marketing fees, there shall be no other taxes. If big and private companies, they enter into the trade in agriculture produce anywhere outside the markets and can directly purchase from the farm gate, that is provided there. And so if that happens, then naturally the existing marketing committees, they shall not be able to compete with the private big companies who have lot of capital to invest into that initially, because they will not have to be paid any fees and market committee taxes, etc. So they can afford to give some more rates for the agriculture produce, maybe 100 or 200 rupees per quintal surplus they can give. But when they continue for 2 3 years, the markets will be abolished and totally, become redundant. So it is not the question of farmers alone, but the artiyas and commission agents and workers and these all, sections whose livelihood is dependent on the agriculture marketing will be rendered jobless. So this is the bringing back the three farm laws in a very, very, what can you call, the draconian manner, you can say, because three farm laws were brought through, promulgation of the ordinance and
You are saying,
subsequently adopted by the parliament. But
no, but
this
Mr.
draft
Basically,
notification is done by executive order, I am saying.
right.
So
No,
this
my
is
point
even more
was,
objectionable and unacceptable.
I'm just trying to simplify the things for the viewers a little. You said that the government is trying to bring back the farm laws in a much more draconian manner than what it was earlier. And the central
Absolutely.
government is also not ready to talk to you. That is what
Yeah.
Mr. Dhaliwal has been insisting, that at least come forward and talk. So, what does it really go to show? That has the Modi government really abandoned the farmers to their own fate?
That is a corporate government. There is no doubt into that. All the conduct for their past 10 years, and even now they are continuing when they have not got a simple majority in the parliament election. Still, they are continuing with the pro corporate policies, and they absolutely have no concern for the ordinary millions of farmers and even the consumers of the country who can't afford to buy from the open market. And agriculture sector is such a sector, as you know, where there is lot of scope for the corporate entry still to be made, because they are entrenched in several ways regarding in the area of, pesticides, seeds, implements, etc., etc., and the kind of subsidies the companies are getting on behalf of the government and the budget, etc. But this is, they want to take over the agriculture sector entirely, and of that the trading in agriculture produce is important. Even the contract farming is being brought back, which was part of the three farm laws, and even the act against the essential commodities, stocking, and there was a limit always, which
No,
was sought to be removed in the three laws. And now they have constructed silos in Punjab, Haryana, and other parts, very big silos to, food grain stocking, and because they never knew that farm laws will have to be repealed.
no, but
But
in the
now from the backdoor entry, they are doing it.
right. You were saying that the government is using the backdoor entry. Are you hopeful at all that the government will really come and talk to the farmers? I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, because tomorrow is 31st, and that's the last day, the deadline given by the Supreme Court, that Daliwal ji has to be shifted to a hospital by the Punjab government. And in all likelihood, he won't be ready to go to the hospital. Last time also, the council who was arguing in the matter, he said that the farmers are trying to prevent Mr. Daliwal from going to the hospital because his condition is such that he doesn't want to go to the hospital. So what is really going to happen? What God forbid, but if something happens to Daliwal, who's going to be responsible?
Actually, Niluji, the people at large and the farmers community in particular, they do not want that the life of a farmer's leader should be sacrificed. So they also want his life to be saved. But how exactly the Punjab government, its law enforcing agencies, as well as the decision makers of the farmers agitation as the border, how exactly they will sort out the directions of the given by the Supreme Court. I can't exactly predict how it will it unfold in coming few hours, but the thing is that the government will have to ultimately come down and talk to the farmers, because the national draft policy is also under severe criticism by the farmers unions and Sanyukt Kisan Morcha. And in the coming days there is going to be a very big mobilization in Haryana at Tohana on 4th of January, and 9th of January the entire Punjab, all organizations are going to hold a very big congregation in Moga. So the
No, sir,
pressure is building up, and apart
right.
from the concern for the life of Dalewal Saab, the draft of the marketing agriculture marketing policy framework also is going to be opposed very very stiffly.
No, but you said that the pressure is building up. You also pointed out that agitations will be place in different parts of the country. Are we going to see a repeat of the farmers' agitation, which happened on the Delhi borders about 3 years ago? Is it going to build up and culminate in something like that?
No, it may not be a repeat exactly in the same way, because two movements do not, cannot be repeated on a similar pattern. So maybe it can become even bigger in its potential and reach than the last movement, because it has again to be started from the grassroots level, and a very bigger unity of all farmers organizations and various fronts will have to be achieved before that. So that's a part and parcel of the thing. And the Sanyukt Kisan Morcha had already constituted a very senior member, 6 member committee that is already deliberating on bringing about unity within all the factions, and that is likely to yield some result in the days to come, I hope.
But what happens if the government's actually doesn't seem to be in any mood to talk to the farmers? Forget Dallivalji, but they don't want to engage with the farmers at all. So, what would you really say to an approach like that?
No, the more and more people will have to be mobilized, and ultimately this government, I think, can't afford anymore to ignore this thing and exhibit the kind of insensitivity they have been doing it. So, in a democracy, that is the only way that other sections of the people should also unite for the cause. That why a government that is there, it should not talk to the farmers organizations, which it has promised to implement the pending issues which were there and which the government had promised at that time. It will have to yield, because farmers and workers also will have to unite with agriculture laborers, and trade unions are these days also part of the broad coordinated platform. They will also have to sit down, and more aggressive and more stronger action will have to be contemplated in the days to come. There is no other way except that.
But being a farmer yourself, sir, what is your biggest worry? Your worry, what is that worry? That the government will not talk to the farmers and bring in these farm laws again?
Because they are committed to the cause of the corporate sector,
Hmm.
and they don't want to change their orientation. That is the thing. But this is again not a BJP is not a majority party in parliament, and if the farmers of the country are now going to launch a big movement, now there are Sanyukt Kisan Morcha committees constituted in South India and Northeast and eastern part of the country. So the agitation of the farmers will definitely escalate into a pressure on the political parties, and also perpetuate more political crisis, which this government I don't think will be able to afford for unlimited period. So, because if the agriculture sector is not saved from the kind of crisis that it is afflicted today, then the overall economy cannot improve also. That is also a very contradictory position, that you want to become a very big world power, and you do not want to enhance the purchasing capacity of the farmers as well as other toiling sections and the entire rural India. So, because recently the Supreme Court committee I am referring to, they had come out with a data that more than 76,000 crore rupees debt is on Haryana farmers, and 32% of that is from private money lending agencies, and 70 more than 73 crore rupees debt is on Punjab farmers. So if that situation continues, definitely there is not going to be a peaceful existence for the rural people in the countryside, and they have no other option except to rise and organize and fight for the change in the stance of the government, and then compel the government to concede the genuine demands of the farmers.
And once again, towards the end, I would like you to briefly comment on what you have not liked about the Supreme Court's approach, especially when it came to this petition concerning Jagjit Singh Dalliwal. What does it really show, and what do you read between the lines? There is lots to be read between the lines on the kind of stance which the Supreme Court has taken. Yes.
You know, all the wings of administration, they have their own role: the judiciary, the executive, and the legislature. So Supreme Court, despite having so many powers in its purview, also has its own limitations. But with regard to these two things, I definitely expect the Supreme Court should have actually conducted itself in a different way. They should have directed the Haryana government not to block the way of the people to go to Delhi. They were planning to go peacefully and without any vehicles, etc. On foot, they were trying to walk to Delhi. So the Haryana government not only closed down the borders, but they perpetrated very unacceptable police excesses on the farmers, like this tear gas and rubber bullets and
So, Mr.
all those
Indrajit,
excesses, etc. So the
right.
Haryana government should also have been directed by the Supreme Court not to resort to unconstitutional and illegal blocking of a national highway which is connecting with Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, Himachal, and other parts of the country.
Right.
How
So,
can a state government under the inter-state relations stop on its own? A
right.
second direction they should also have given to the central government, and I hope with the kind of seriousness they are exhibiting today, I think the Supreme Court will give such a direction to union government also to open up a dialogue with the farmers.
But if I may ask you very candidly towards the last, and this is my last question to you, that the central government has failed the farmers. You yourself have admitted it, that all what they should have done, they haven't done. And anyways, they are planning to bring in these farm laws through a back door. Now, if the Supreme Court also has not taken an appropriate stand as much as they could have, so what do you feel, that has the Supreme Court also failed the farmers, just like the central government has failed the farmers?
I just told you that farmers movement and the Sayukt Kisan Morcha or any other farmers organization have not approached the Supreme Court for intervening into this. Neither are they parties to the ongoing deliberations in the Supreme Court. These are other third forces who have taken the petition, and in certain cases it is the suo motu cognizance which the Supreme Court had taken. So it cannot be expected to from Supreme Court to deliver the kind of role that the central government and the state governments will have to do.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much.
Namaskar.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.